They laughed. German pilots, the most feared aces in the world, laughed when they first heard rumors about a new American fighter. They joked on the radio, saying the Americans were slow, clumsy, and decades behind technologically. But weeks later, the laughing stopped, because the aircraft they mocked suddenly appeared in the sky. And the moment German pilots saw it, everything changed. This is the story of how the United States unleashed a machine that shattered German air superiority and helped turn the tide of World War II. Early in the war, the Luftwaffe dominated the skies. The Bf-109 and Fw-190 ruled Europe. German pilots were confident, arrogant, and experienced. Meanwhile, American fighters like the P-40 and early P-47s were slow at altitude and easy kills. German radio chatter captured the mood. American fighters? But while Germany celebrated, something was happening in the United States. Behind locked hangar doors in California, Nevada, and the Midwest, American engineers worked day and night on a secret project. A fighter designed for one goal: to destroy German air power completely. Budgets were hidden, documents classified. Test flights happened at sunrise before anyone was awake. Rumors leaked into Germany, whispers of a mysterious, long-range fighter. But the Luftwaffe dismissed it. "Americans don't innovate," commanders said. "They copy." They had no idea how wrong they were. Then came the Schweinfurt-Regensburg mission, one of the darkest days for American air forces. Bombers flew deep into Germany without proper escort. Dozens were shot down. Hundreds of airmen were killed or captured. Entire groups disappeared. America realized a brutal truth. If we can't protect our bombers, we can't win this war. That's when the military pulled the secret project out of the shadows. What emerged was unlike anything Germany expected. The P-51 Mustang. Sleek, fast, and deadly. It wasn't just another fighter. It was the most advanced piston aircraft of the war. A laminar flow wing that sliced through the air. A Rolls-Royce Merlin engine providing unmatched high-altitude speed. And most importantly, massive range. Enough to escort bombers all the way to Berlin and back. On its first missions, German pilots didn't understand what they were facing. One ace wrote, "It climbed too fast, dove too fast, and it didn't disappear. It stayed with us. Impossible." But the impossible had arrived. Then came the first major encounter. German interceptors rose to attack bombers as usual. They expected weak American escorts. But this time, new shadows appeared above them. Long noses and red tails. One German pilot radioed, "Be careful, something new is here." Moments later, the sky exploded. Mustangs dove from altitude, tore through German formations, and climbed back out before anyone could react. Luftwaffe pilots sounded confused, shaken, uncertain. Reports became increasingly desperate. It outruns the 109. It outclimbs the 190. We can't shake it in a dive. This machine is superior. Laughter vanished. German pilots who once mocked American fighters now feared them. They altered tactics, avoided certain altitudes, refused engagement unless they outnumbered the Mustangs. Luftwaffe intelligence even tried to suppress reports because they shattered morale. But nothing could hide the truth. The Mustang was dominating the battlefield. Every encounter drained Germany's confidence and exposed its crumbling air power. Then came the industrial punch Germany couldn't survive. America could build over 500 Mustangs a month. Germany, barely 40 fighters of any type. The Luftwaffe wasn't just losing pilots, it was losing the production war. Factories in the U.S. ran non-stop. Every week, more Mustangs arrived, and fewer German pilots returned home. One by one, legendary aces were shot down. Entire units that once ruled the skies were wiped out. A captured German pilot later said, "When the Mustang appeared, we knew the war was lost. Not immediately, but inevitably." The red-tailed Mustangs hunted fighters, escorted bombers, strafed airfields, and destroyed the Luftwaffe from the inside. What started as mockery turned into fear, and then into silence. By 1944, Germany struggled to put fighters into the air at all. Their planes sat on runways, with no one left to fly them. When the Allies prepared for D-Day, the skies above Normandy were almost empty. Not by accident, but because the Mustang had already crushed German air strength. American soldiers landed under the safest air cover of the entire war. Not because the Germans lacked courage, but because they lacked aircraft and pilots. The P-51 had dismantled their ability to fight. Today, the Mustang stands as a symbol of American innovation, determination, and overwhelming industrial might. It didn't just win dogfights, it changed history. Even German pilots, once loud with arrogance, later spoke with respect. One veteran said decades later, "The Mustang was the best fighter of the war. When it arrived, we knew we were finished." The P-51 silenced every laugh and proved again that America, when underestimated, responds with power the world never sees coming. But there's something most people still don't know. While the Mustang dominated the skies, another American project was already being built. A secret so advanced that Germany didn't discover it until after the war. It involved new materials, experimental engines, and radical aerodynamics. Engineers worked in total secrecy, hidden behind locked hangars, fake identities, and barbed wire. The goal wasn't just to counter German technology. It was to leap decades ahead. The Luftwaffe never had a chance to prepare for it. They never saw it. They never even knew how far behind they truly were. When the war ended, German scientists were stunned by what America had built in silence. And the world learned that the Mustang wasn't the peak of American engineering. It was only the beginning. This hidden project could have flown before the war ended. It was tested at dawn under total secrecy, with only a handful of people allowed near the runway. The aircraft was unlike anything seen before. Sleek, futuristic, and impossibly fast. It didn't just outperform German fighters. It made them obsolete. Even jet projects like the Me-262 couldn't match the scale of what America was preparing. The program was so classified that many documents remained sealed for decades. Pilots who trained on prototypes described it as a machine from another world. And had the war lasted even a few months longer, the skies over Europe would have been filled not only with Mustangs, but with this new weapon, a platform capable of rewriting aerial warfare forever. It was the next chapter in a story Germany never saw coming. And now, with the archives finally opened, we can tell that story. The story of America's hidden aviation revolution. A project born from urgency, built with vision, and kept secret to protect the future. A project the Germans never learned about until it was far too late. The Mustang broke their dominance. This new machine would have erased it completely. In the next episode, you'll discover how American engineers created an aircraft decades ahead of its time, how it remained hidden behind classified walls, and how it set the stage for a new era of air power.